all those ingredients in the raw. It was an inspiration.
Yeah, no, he's a massive name when it comes to it. He's one of those chefy chefs. You know what I mean by that?
He keeps it real, yeah. He doesn't mess around.
One of those guys, he doesn't really bother with all the celebrity element and things like that, but all chefs look up to him.
Yeah, he just loves to cook.
Inspiration.
He does, he does.
Right. And he's in town as well. He's here for the next week or so, so get yourself down to Reflet par Pierre Gagnère. After the break, we'll get this week's To Buy One TV highlights with the one and only Ash.
And Chef Mac brings us a delicious Thai-style lamb shank. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Studio One. What could be better after a tough week at work than getting yourself into a boxing ring and releasing some of that pent-up tension?
Retail therapy kind of helps.
The cheaper option, of course, especially when it's also for a good cause. White Collar Fight Night is becoming something of a Dubai institution. Now in its 6th year, to tell us a little more, we're joined by Mark Povey, the brains behind the old idea. And this year, Gemma, the Dilemma Poynton, joins us on the sofa as well. Fighting this year.
Yes.
Why?
I'm renowned for not thinking things through with my family and friends, if I'm completely honest with you. But actually, I think they'd be wrong this time round. It was kind of an accident. One of my colleagues is doing it, and I thought, I wonder if women can get involved. Yeah. It all seemed like a great challenge. I do love a challenge. So sort of an accident, but here I am, 7 weeks later.
Let's put it into context, though, the dilemma. Yeah. It's no longer a dilemma because it is next weekend, of course. Yeah. This coming weekend, I should say. But, I mean, how do you sum up, Mark, ever since you had this brainwave, and we're 7 events in now.
This is number 7, yeah.
6 years in the making as well. They get bigger, they get better, they get more reputation year after year. For those that still don't understand what the concept is, though, how do you explain it to them?
It's basically, it came out of the States about 15 years ago, and people women were doing boxercise, guys were going to the gym and training and hitting bags, and the idea was, well, let's not take this a step further and actually put people who can't fight in the ring. In very controlled environments. We train them for 8 weeks, intensive training, and the idea is we can turn anybody into a decent fighter. Someone who can hold their own in a ring.
Right. But it's not open to professionals. These are completely amateur people getting involved. So who exactly participates in it?
Who have you got this year?
This year?
Who have you dragged in?
We've got a lot of Brits this year, for a change. We've got an Irish guy. We've got a lady from Morocco. We've got Gemma, obviously. We've got an Aussie lawyer. We've got, I mean, all walks of life. I think I've spoken to Tom in the past. We always say we've got a teacher. Yep. I think this year kids must be behaving themselves in schools because we haven't got a teacher who wants to get rid of their aggression this year. We're very commercial this year, very, very, very highbrow.
Okay, so all industries get involved, basically.
Yeah, I mean, we've had from cabin crew to CEO, not the, you know, and teachers. Yeah. We've had everybody. A lot of teachers like it for some reason. I think it must be something that happens in schools.
I think it's a stressful job. Yeah, it can be.
There is, of course, a fitness element to this as well. 8 weeks of intense training under the tutelage of Zach Tamafai, who of course heads up the trainers up at the gym. How's that been for you?
Going in as a fairly unfit person, to be honest, it's been very tough. It's twice a day, 3 times a week, and then obviously you try and keep your fitness up at the weekends. Very exhausting, very challenging, but definitely worth it. Yeah. I'm now looking forward to doing the fight and relaxing for a week, if I'm honest with you, but it's been great. It's the team that keep you going. I've got a wonderful team, real great spirit, so that's what it's all about as well for us.
Okay. And is it safe? I mean, you're fighting, so you're taking precautionary measures, but does anyone get hurt?
It's safe. Of course it's safe. Yeah. We fight. We're very controlled, so we fight with very big gloves, so they're quite soft and quite protective headgear. Yeah. Not to say you might not get a bloody nose or you might, be hurt, but Zach's very, very experienced. He's a former Olympic trainer, and he will make sure that no one gets hurt. I mean, we haven't had anyone, touch wood, get hurt.
Just want to talk about the other side of this, of course, which is, obviously you're getting, 14 people in the ring together, raising awareness for their own individual sponsors, but also raising awareness and cash for a very good cause over in India.
Yeah, well, we've, part part of what we raise here goes towards our corporate social responsibility fund, which is sponsoring a school called Crystal House, which is in Bangalore. They've got schools across the world. They've got a few in South America. It's for very underprivileged children, and it's taking kids out of the slums in Bangalore and putting them through. In actual fact, coming out the other end, we're actually bringing some to Dubai, and they're going to be working as management trainees in Transguard.
Oh, right,
this
okay.
year. Yeah, probably fighting next year.
Could down a couple of numbers or something, yeah.
Well, it's a win-win situation. The fighters get trained, get their health back on track, and then you're giving back to the community as well.
Mark, thanks very much indeed for being with us. Just a quick reminder to everyone out there, if you'd like to get yourself down, support the dilemma on the evening, along with all the other fighters, then, of course, whitecollarfightnight.com is the website to get yourself onto for all the details of when and where. It's this coming Friday down at the Habtor ground.
Yep.
Yeah? So lots to look forward to there. Thanks again to you and all the team at Transguard for bringing another great event like this. But to the dilemma. It's no longer a dilemma. And good luck against Ilham the Black Widow Abib on Friday.
Yes.
Gotta
Who
be a
knows
few
what it's
nerves.
going to... Yeah.
A few nerves.
A few nerves, but not enough to not
Good
want
nerves,
to do
though.
it.
We're rooting for you.
Thank you.
All the best. Thanks very much
Thank you.
indeed for being with us. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Well, our Facebook page is growing every day. And if you haven't joined us yet, here's how.